Hey guys, welcome to Geared. We're going to do yet another Fusion quick tip. This time by request, we are going to export some SVGs. You can export DWGs by default in Fusion, but SVGs, you have to have an add-in to do so. It has some pros and some cons, so I'm going to walk you through how to quickly install it, where to get it, how to install it, and what I think is the easiest way to use it. So let's switch over to Fusion. Take a look at a model that I have up here. This is a Devastator logo that I've created. We're going to walk through taking this and creating an SVG out of the sketch that I used to create this icon. The first thing we're going to need is this. This is an add-in called Origin. To get it, we need to go from the solid workspace, which is where we've probably started. Go to Tools, do the Add-ins dropdown, go to the Fusion 360 App Store. Here, we're going to search for Origin, and here it is. We're going to click on this and download it and install it like you would any other add-in. I've already got it installed. I'm not going to walk you through downloading and installing add-ins. There are plenty of tutorials out there on the web, easy to find, easy to do. Back in Fusion though, now that we've got our add-in installed, what we need to do is decide how we want to use it. If you were to just run that tool, you get a bunch of different options on how you want to create an SVG. There are single body, multiple body layouts, faces, entire sketches, and sketch profiles. None of these really work that well except for entire sketch. If you do sketch profiles, it makes it look like you're going to be able to select multiple profiles. You can't. You only get to choose one. Same with faces. It does make it look like you're going to have a chooser and you can choose some different faces. You end up only getting one or maybe two if they mold together a little bit. The body stuff I've had zero luck with. What works really well is the entire sketch, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So let's cancel out of this. Now you can go about this a couple different ways as far as grabbing what you want out of a sketch. When you select this, you're going to select an entire sketch. What I found it's best to do is have a sketch that's nice and clean and ready to go. So if I were to turn on the sketch for this logo, it's a pretty clean sketch. It's pretty much just this, but you also notice you've got this outline. And if I were to grab this and select this particular sketch, I'm going to get everything that's highlighted there, which we don't want. The best way to do it is to create a new sketch and pull those geometries in. I find the best way to create a clean sketch is to do it on a plane with no other geometry there. So I'm going to quickly create an offset plane here. In the construction offset plane, I'm just going to pop that out 10 millimeters. The distance does not matter. Hit OK. So now when I create a sketch here, I'm not going to have any geometry other than what I pull in. And since this sketch is already visible, we can start pulling this stuff in with the pull function. So we're going to hit P for pull. And we're going to start grabbing stuff off of this sketch. But you'll notice you're getting a lot of the bodies, geometry of the bodies behind it. We don't want that. So let's turn off that body. And then we can kind of start seeing this sketch that we want a little bit better. I know where it's at, so I can just start. I like to double click. It gives you most of the connected lines. And I'm just going to start working my way around this to grab all of the sketch. Now I'm double clicking on two sides here because this was created using a mirror. When I drew the sketch, I only drew one side and then mirrored it. That way it would look symmetrical. Whoops, and I grabbed something I didn't want, so you can just unselect those. key is making sure you get everything. The dark background that the other model is creating is making it a little hard to see. But that's it. So now we've got our entire sketch there. Pulled into the new sketch. We're going to hit OK to that pull. Got our sketch. We're going to hit Finish Sketch. And there it is. This happens to be up in the root. So there is that sketch. Looks good. We're going to finish sketch. I thought I did that already. Then we're going to go over to Tools, Origin, Entire Sketch. We have one already selected. Had it not been selected, you can just come over to the tree, select it, hit OK. Sketch 5, that works. Save. And now it's saved out to an SVG. And if we want to take a quick look at that in Inkscape, we can pull that over, and that's what the sketch came in as. Since this is not an Inkscape tutorial, and I am terrible in Inkscape, I'm not going to show you how to go through and edit this, but you most certainly can go through and make changes to the SVG at this point. I am noticing that we missed a couple of the lines when we did our pull. We could go back and fix that if we wanted to, but it's just a matter of going back into that sketch, pulling it, and recreating this particular SVG. Thank you. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any other suggestions for tips in Fusion 360, leave them in the comment down below. Thank you.